Hi, and welcome once again to another episode of Inside IMK. Today we're going to talk about stance and basic attacking with footwork. Okay, so basically our stance, we take about shoulder level distance. That's how we stand. Take 1 foot forward, stepping forward with the leg, with the weapon. Okay, weapon is always in front, unarmed hand is at the chest. Now, this is your basic standard default. Sometimes you can lower the stick down, load up on the shoulder at each end. When we switch to the left hand, it's the left leg lead. As you'd notice, both my hips, knees, and feet are facing forward. Sometimes I lift the back heel, sometimes I keep it flat, but always my knees are bent so that when I move, whether it's left or right, I'm keeping the stable base, stable height. Sometimes I prefer going up for a faster push-off. Okay, now let's examine how we stand. I have 2 sticks to demonstrate this further. Okay, I'm going to make a cross, the sticks perpendicular to each other. That creates a quadrant, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with this quadrant, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm going to put my lead leg on quadrant 1 and my rear leg on quadrant number 3. My knees are bent, feet, knees, hips all facing forward. Okay, this is the right side. If I switch toward the left, it now turns to lead leg is on quadrant 2, back leg is on quadrant 4. Again, knees, feet, and hips all facing forward so I can maintain my center of balance, center of gravity here in the center. And I'm always facing forward where my opponent is. So now we're going to examine basic movement patterns. Most of the movement patterns in FMA in general are triangle based. So let's see first how we attack by doing the female triangle. Female triangle because the point is pointing toward me and my movement is directed toward going outside toward the sides of the triangle. If my opponent is in front and I'm here, my movement pattern will be to its side, flanking the opponent, taking a step this way and that. If I take a step, my center line is away from my opponent while I get his side. Same as on this side. Make sure your knees are bent when you step and move in. Also, notice that I'm keeping the height in which I'm moving into. This ensures that I'm stable and I can employ all my attacks, whether it's armed or unarmed. So at the larger range, we'll show how female triangle is done. He strikes, I move, hit his hand, before, hit his hand, while I'm zoning in. Of course, there's a follow-up before. Okay. Notice when I did the footwork, I was always angling to the side. That's the essence of the female triangle. Either you go and meet the attack, but away, or go opposite direction, but you use the other hand to check. You're always out of harm's way and into your firing line where you can attack your opponent and you're disabling his weapon by zoning in, getting out of harm's reach. Okay, again, we showed you how the female triangle is used, this time with knives. Again, it is also evident that you have to step out of the way as your opponent is attacking so that you can get away from danger but be able to attack him at the same time. The unarmed fighting or empty hands, same techniques apply with the footwork. You zone in, get out of the harm's way of your opponent's strike, and then employ your own, and move into Agos immediately to finish the job. So as you've seen from what we've shown you, it's very, very important to have a strong, solid stance. Now, its application, going through the female triangle, which is your basic attacking pattern, Everything comes from that solid base that makes you move and be able to deploy all the techniques that you know to outmaneuver and finish the job with your opponent. The basic stance is very useful in all ranges as well as in all different weapons that we employ, such as the stick, the blade, and empty hands. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you like this episode. Please continue following us here inside IMK. Mabuhay, pugay po.